Hi everyone, my name is Danny from Danny's Book Corner, and today I'm going to talk about my first ever experience at Bookcon at the Jacob Javits Center in New York City. So I was planning to actually vlog Bookcon, but I didn't end up doing that. So here I'm just going to talk about my experience and what I did. Now the main reason that I wanted to go to Bookcon was to go and see Adam Savage, who had a panel with Randall Moore, because both of them have new books about science, and I've always loved watching the Mythbusters growing up, so I thought it'd be really awesome to see Adam Savage in the flesh right in front of me and talking to me about science and stuff. What was really funny was Adam's personality really came through in this panel. Randall ended up talking about an anecdote where he was asking a former astronaut like these outrageous questions about aviation. Something along the lines of, if you were locked out of the plane for somehow, how could you go and actually fly the plane? So there's these outrageous questions like this, and they also talked, of course, Adam ended up talking about Mythbusters, the show, and a little bit about the new one. They did a question and answer session. It was really, really awesome. The only thing that I do regret is that I didn't get the tickets for the autographing right after the panel. I wish I had done that, because now I really want to read his book. But that's okay, I'll probably just get the book on Amazon or Barnes & Noble, because I didn't realize that you had to get the tickets online in advance for autographing like that. So that's one thing I would suggest if you're going to go next year, is to make sure you check and get the autographing tickets online ahead of time, because if you don't do that, they're going to sell out, you're not going to get them. Now, one thing about Bookcon this year that I was kind of surprised what I ended up doing is I didn't buy a single book. The thing with Bookcon this year, I mean, I've never been, of course, so I can't compare per se, but it seemed that a lot of the publishers were just kind of selling books and weren't giving too many out. A lot of them had signings where you could buy the book and you would get it signed, which was awesome. I almost bought Geekerella because the author was signing it, but I ended up not, because I wasn't sure if I would like it. And then the other thing was, it seemed that there weren't that many ARC droppings, and I wasn't even sure when they were happening. I realized after the fact that they had posted it on the Bookcon website, but I was expecting to see that on the app, and I didn't see that anywhere. I was also checking some of the publishers' social medias, and I didn't see any information about ARC droppings, except a couple of them did have a schedule of when they were doing some stuff. I just wish there was a little bit more communication about that kind of stuff, and I did read an article from Publishers Weekly actually before filming this video, where some people said that there wasn't very many ARC droppings to begin with, and it seemed that they said that the publishers seemed to be focusing much more on selling the books than doing other activities. So that might just not be me noticing it, that might be people that have noticed it. So if you've been to Bookcon before, let me know if you noticed that, if you went this year. But what ended up being really awesome is that I got a decent amount of free books and free stuff. So the first free book that I got was Aviation and Air Traffic Control by Cecil Miller. I did meet the author because there was a publisher that was giving out free books, and I was like, well, why not? Of course I'll take it. I do actually have an interest in aviation and air traffic control, because this book is like the history of it. I've always been fascinated by aviation. I've always watched documentaries about it. My father formerly worked for an aviation company, so that's where that history goes in. So I expect to like this book. Oh my gosh, and I forgot to mention the coolest thing that happened at Bookcon, besides seeing Adam Savage, was I actually saw 2 booktubers there. I didn't say hi to either of them because they kind of looked busy, so I didn't want to bother them. So I saw Thoughts on Tomes, and I also saw Emma Books. So I was really excited to see them. I was like, oh my god, they're here! The second free book that I got was Conquer Negative Thinking for Teens. The author was also signing this book, so I got to meet her. I wasn't sure if I was going to pick this book up, but then I was convinced to go get it, because I was like, you know what? I might not be feeling like the negative thinking right now, but I think I will need this sometime down the road, so I decided, why not? It's free. I might need it. So while my mom were waiting for my dad to go and finish lunch, we ended up getting in a line to spin a wheel so we could win a prize. So at this one, you could win the free ebook, or you could win a copy of the signed book. So it was for this children's book, and my mom and I were like, okay, let's try this. Why not? It's free. So my mom ended up winning a copy of the book. So that book is Min Moves to Manhattan. It's actually based off of a real life story of a duck that ended up being in Manhattan. It's just a different breed of duck that's not very seen in Manhattan very much. And so the book is basically just about accepting people that are different. And I thought it was really cute, and it was just awesome that my mom won it for free. And then the last book that I got for free, I didn't expect to get this book at all because I was just walking around, you know, I kind of noticed this book at this booth and I was like, oh my gosh, that looks so cute. And it was this book, Bear and the Fern, and the author was in the book, and he came up to me and he said, oh my gosh, you're the first person that's gravitated toward that book first before my others. So you know what, I'm gonna give you a free copy. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's awesome! Because it looks absolutely beautiful. The illustrations in this book are beautiful. I love them. I mean, I'm obviously not a child, so like this book doesn't exactly appeal to me, but I can appreciate the artwork in this book so much, and it's such a cute story, and I'm so glad I just got it for free. So then some of the other swag that I got were these bookmarks from Bloomsbury Publishing. I also got this pouch from Bloomsbury with Sarah J. Maas on it. And then inside the pouch was this pin that I didn't realize when I first picked it up. I was like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. So it's a Throne of Glass pin. And then I also got this pin from Scholastic. This woman was just handing them out. I was like, of course I'll take a free pin. Oh, and I forgot to mention earlier that before the panel with Adam and Randall, they were handing out this sticker sheet. And then the last thing that I got from Bookcon that I actually bought with my own money was this Pinch Me therapy dough. This woman was selling them in the Unbound section of Bookcon, so this is more like the vendor section of it. So I was like, oh, that's really cool. So you can just pinch it or squeeze it or whatever when you're stressed out, and it smells really, really good. This is the beach scent. So my mom ended up getting the spice scent, which smells really, really good too. Recommend. They were only $15, and also once I figured out that they support the Wounded Warrior Project, I was like, alright, I gotta get this now. So if you guys want to let me know what you thought of Bookcon, leave them in the comments down below. Let me know if you came. What did you do? What did you see? Did you buy any books? Did you get any free books? Let me know. I want to hear it all. So don't forget to subscribe for more video content like this, and I will see you all later. Bye!